Our next event is the men's junior quad in lane 1 at the top of your screen, Skyline A. Lane 2, Fox Chapel. 3, Montgomery Bell. 4, Whitefield Academy. 5, Forest Hill Central. 6, East Grand Rapids. And then North Allegheny and Parkersburg at the bottom of your screen. So it looks like we have an early lead out from Fox Chapel off of the start. Skyline not too far behind. Montgomery Bell in third place. Say, I'm really impressed with the rowing coming out of North Allegheny in this boat. That boat, they are being very technically sharp here, closer to us on the screen here. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they actually are able to get another level as we start moving into the latter half of the course. They seem to have a bit of composure. And obviously, we have a push through the 500 mark here. Fox Chapel still out in the lead. Skyline about 3 seats behind, followed by Montgomery Bell in third. Not far behind, Whitefield Academy.
The most colorful spread of boat shells thus far. Got a boat a different color almost in every single lane.
Yes, we got East Grand Rapids and their signature yellow. Most of their boats are yellow. All those Skyline boats tend to be white. The Whitefield one is in blue, though.
Right? Yeah. And you know, that has to do with, sometimes it's the make of the boat. Sometimes it's just the selection of color of the make of the boat. Each boat manufacturer has different offerings of what they have. And in some instances, crews will share or rent boats from each other. So it's really more about the rowers in the boat. And it's not as defined to say like the uniform. But that's why in the culture of rowing, you'll see a lot of pride or the signifier of teams being with what's actually the blade. So those designs are specific to solely that crew. They're not held by any other crew across the country. And so that's how you know who you row for. The unis can change, the boats can change, but the oars are typically always going to be representative of the crew in that lane.
We got about a length out for Fox Chapel in lane 2, followed by Skyline, and then a fight developing for third place here between Montgomery Bell in 3, Whitefield Academy in 4, and East Grand Rapids in 6. Then behind them, North Allegheny and Forest Hill Central pretty much neck and neck.
And something I think about if newer to the sport is just like what people's roles are in the boat, because you're not just copying and pasting the same person, you know, 3 times for some total of 4. Each person has their own designated role. So the bow person plays the part of the navigator and perhaps scanning left to right for what's happening on the course. 2C, typically, perhaps a shared responsibility with bow seat, will implement the race plan, so calling different shifts at different times. So in this case, a lot of these crews are coming up on the red buoys of the last 250 meters, so calling when the shifts of the sprint will happen. 3C is there as part of the engine room to apply power and then to translate the rhythm set by the stroke seat, the one furthest or closest to the back end of the boat, who is looking at a monitor to maintain the stroke rate and keeping the rhythm for the rest of the crew to follow.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility from the stroke seat because they're the ones that set the rhythm. Even if there's a coxswain in the boat, the coxswain will give them feedback, but you follow the stroke. All of these stereotypical movies where you hear a coxswain shouting, stroke, 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 that never happens. It's the stroke who sets the...
You obviously know a rowing movie is false if that happens.
Yes.
Immediately distrust that. But we're seeing, as we come close to the finish line, that red Fox Chapel crew kind of charging in to cross that line first, ahead of Skyline A to take away 1-2 in the men's junior quad.